I want to show you guys how I calculate the perfect calorie deficit to lose fat, because I've been getting asked a lot about that lately, and I've also been getting asked a lot about how I divide my calories up and spread them like throughout the day. So I'm gonna show you my current meal plan and walk you through how and why I divide my calories up the way that I do. I'm out of breath because I just ran up the stairs. Whew. So the first thing that I do is I'm gonna use a calorie calculator to calculate my calories, but I've lost 130 pounds and I've kept it off for 10 years, but I'm not a professional. And a calorie calculator, it's just a guide, and this is just what I do and what works for me. My favorite way to do this is I like the calorie calculator on calculator.net. I go into the Google search bar and I type calculator.net, and then the search will take you to the calculator.net page. And then you'll scroll through the calculators until you get to the fitness and health ones. And then you click on the calorie calculator. And I always click the US unit measurements because I like those the best. Then you type your age. I'm 41. Okay, I'm 41. Then you do your gender, so female. And then your height, I am 5'4". And then my weight right now, I'm 145 pounds. And then you get to activity level. This is where you wanna be really honest, because even though a calorie calculator is just a guide, you still wanna get as accurate a number as you can. I call this my base number because this is what I'm gonna start with or work from. So you wanna get it as accurate as you can. For me, I'm gonna go intense exercise, which is 6 to 7 times a week, because I do 50 minutes of cardio 6 days a week, plus I do 3 days of weight training, plus I have a very active job. So intense for me is perfect, and then I go calculate. So then it'll bring you to a page that shows you 4 numbers. The first 2 numbers, the maintain weight and the mild weight loss, are both over 2,000 calories. And that would be fine for me if I was planning on eating the same calories for like the rest of my life. I'd probably be fine like not gaining weight and being cool with those. However, you really have to know yourself, because for me, I like to have a cheat day once a month, and I also like every couple weeks, I'll feel like I need a little more food and I'll start craving like pizza and ice cream or something, and I'll give it to myself in the form of a boost meal. So I like to have flexibility for that, which means those calories are too high for me. Then we'll go to the last number, which is extreme weight loss, and that's 1,256 calories. That for me, for my activity level, it's way too low. Because if I ate that every day and did the activity that I do, I'd be starving and I'd just end up overeating and it'd be counterproductive. So now we go to the third number, which is weight loss, and that's a number I can work with. So I call this my base number because I can figure out my calories from here. So this number is 1,756 calories. So what I do now is I take that number, I eat those calories for a week, I weigh myself at the end of the week, and I see what happens. If I get results, like I lose weight, then I'll keep eating those calories. But if I don't, then I'll pull back 30 to 40 calories. I don't want to pull back too many calories because that'll just make my weight loss not be sustainable. So I want to go slow. And just like as an example, so you can see like how small 30 to 40 calories is, 2 teaspoons of the margarine that I use on my toast every morning is 35 calories. So that's about what I like to pull. Then I'll repeat that process. I'll eat the little less calories for a week, weigh myself at the end, and I'll keep going until I find the calories that work for me, which right now is 1,615 calories. I'm liking this number because it's helping me reshape my body, fuel my day, but still stay lean, and it because they're low enough, they give me that flexibility where on the weekend I wanted a little more food, I can have it and it doesn't really affect my results that much, and I can stay 145 right now, which I'm really liking because like I'm literally in the best shape of my life. So now that I have my number, we have to figure out how many meals a day that we want to eat. So before I get into how many meals a day, if calories are confusing you and this is just overwhelming you, I actually didn't lose my weight counting calories either because the numbers were too much for me. I actually lost my weight with portion control. So if you want to know the exact portions and meals that I ate to lose the weight, I have a weight loss ebook called The First 50. The link's down below for that. Code Nicole will save you 10% off, and it's all portions. There are no calories in it, so that might help you if calories are just, your brain is going no. And eventually now I can count them, but in the beginning I couldn't. So that's why we have, the first 50 out there. I personally like to eat 5 meals a day right now. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, a dessert, and a late night snack. I need dessert. Again, this is where you have to know yourself. If I took away dessert, I just rebel. It backfires and I'll end up eating way more than I planned on. So I like to budget some calories for a dessert. I'm also a late night eater. Always have been, always will be. So if I don't give myself a snack there, I'll be so hungry, I'll end up just overeating at some point and it will be counterproductive. So I set aside 600 of my calories for a dessert and a snack, and I kind of divide it between the two. That leaves me with 1,015 calories for breakfast, lunch, and dinner to divide it up. And what I like to do is I'm hungrier in the morning and at dinner, so I put more of my calories at breakfast and dinner time. Plus, I do cardio after breakfast and I do weight training after dinner, so I also like those calories to be more at those meals because that'll help fuel those workouts. So I leave my lunch to be my lowest calories of the day because I'm not as hungry then. So this is what my meal plan looks like. For breakfast, I have 2 slices of ham, 2 large eggs, 2 slices of the Dempster's whole wheat bread that I toast, and then 2 teaspoons of margarine on the toast. And I use the Country Crock because 2 teaspoons is 35 calories, which is a really decent amount of calories. So that breakfast calories is 435. Then we go to lunch, which this week I'm having half a cup of cucumber spears, 1.6 ounces of baby carrots, 2 slices of the smoked Black Forest ham from Costco. I like that one the best because it has the most protein. And 2 herb and garlic Laughing Cow cheese wedges and 2 baby dill pickles. And I spread the Laughing Cow on the ham, and then I put the pickles, and then I roll it up and I make 2 pickle rolls. And then I eat the veg on the side. This is my lowest calorie meal. It's 157 calories. But what I like to do is find foods that, even though they're really low calorie, they're high volume, so it still feels like a lot of food for the calories. And then my current dinner for this week is amazing. It's a cheesy stuffed pizza potato with 1 cup of bagged garden salad and a tablespoon of the Calorie Wise, the Kraft one, the Greek feta with oregano dressing. And if you want to know how to make that potato, I just did a meal prep on that. So go check that out. They're baller, like you gotta make those. So definitely watch that video and you'll see how to make that meal prep. So calories for my dinner are 393 calories. And I'm not sponsored. The app that I like to use is the MyFitnessPal, and I just use the free version. I don't pay for the premium. And just so you can see, this is how it looks. I've got all my meals put in there for the day, and it's 1,615 calories. So that's how I track them, and this is the app that I use. Next, dessert. protein ice cream. So I make it in the blender. I do 1 1/8 cup of the unsweetened almond milk, the vanilla flavored one from Costco, 1/4 cup of egg whites, 1 1/4 cups of frozen strawberries, 1/4 cup of sliced peaches, these are from Walmart, and 1/2 cup of the mixed berry blend. We either get this one from Costco or the one from Walmart, whatever's on sale. And then I use a scoop of protein powder, and this is HTLT Steps. I used fruity cereal for the one that you're seeing in the B-roll. This is literally the best tasting and the best blending protein powder you will ever have and taste. Like, it's amazing. And fruity cereal, if you have a sweet tooth and love like fruit cereals, you will love this. Sass and I, it's really helping with our sweet tooth. Code Nicole will save you 15% off, and the link is down below for that. So I blend all that in the blender. I put the liquids first, then the fruit, and then the protein powder on top. Blend it. I usually scrape the sides down a couple of times, and then once it's like doubled or tripled in size, it makes a huge bowl. Then I do the toppings. 1 teaspoon of the milk chocolate chips from Walmart, a teaspoon of chocolate sauce, and I'm using the Smucker's Sundae syrup, the chocolate one, and then 2 tablespoons of cereal, like 2 heaping tablespoons, and I used a mix of the loaded cereals, the Nesquik and the Cinnamon Toast Crunch in the B-roll that you're seeing for this one. And calories for my protein ice cream, 375 calories. And then for my late night snack, I do a bag of the 80% less fat Smart Pop, and I do the big bag. So literally I get like a huge bowl of popcorn, and then I do a little bit of cooking spray, and I use Kernel seasoning, a teaspoon of it, and I used a mixture of the Canadian cheddar and the dill pickle because Kyle invented cheesy dill and it tastes so good.
I did actually invent that.
Yeah, he really did. He said, hey, let's use these two and make cheesy dill, and so he invented it, and it's really great. So I just, 1/2 teaspoon of each of those, put it on there, and calories for that, 255 calories.
A lot of people all over the world don't give me credit for cheesy dill. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
I'm glad that I can do that for you, sir. So that brings my total to 1,615 calories. So I hope that this helps you sort of see, learn yourself, know what you need, how many meals a day work for you, and then which meals you need to eat more at so that you can divide your calories the way that works best for you.
And don't go crazy. I'll add in, because my mindset a long time ago was, why don't I just cut a lot of calories all at once if I want to lose weight?
Exactly.
Well, it's not sustainable. So a little bit at a time, whatever your calorie number is that works for you, like Nicole said, maybe cut it by 30. Maybe 50 calories, and see if you can sustain that, because a lot of people, me and Nicole included, we want to run a marathon before we can even put together a couple days of walking, right?
And that's exactly why I shared what 35 calories looks like. 2 teaspoons of margarine, low-cal margarine. That way you can see it's only a small amount of calories you want to pull, because yes, it's not sustainable. You will go off the rails, and Kyle and I know that because we did it for years and years and years.
The longer you eat in too much of a calorie deficit, double or triple that amount of time onto how you'll go off the rails after you're done.
And that's why I make my calories slightly lower, because I like to build flexibility so that I don't go off the rails. And that's what works for me. So I hope this helps you guys. I'll love you, and I will catch you in the next video.
There you go. Perfect. Now, if you didn't believe her before that she's not a professional, this should close the case.
This'll confirm it.
See ya.
Bye. Remember, the friends, that weight loss isn't just about the number on the scale. It's also about here and here. Heart and mindset. Fight through it. You can do it. Don't give up.